The checklist, trim set for takeoff. Let me go back. Com nav radios, nav GPS switch, so I've got it on GPS. I'm happy with that. Flight instrument set and checked. Let's double check. That looks good. That looks good. Fuel quantities checked. That matches what I measured. Trim set for takeoff, autopilot. I'm going to leave alone. Flaps. So what kind of takeoff do you want?
Let's do a short field takeoff.
Short field takeoff. Okay. About 10 degrees of flaps. Cabin doors and windows latched. I'll leave the window for a second. Seats adjusted and log departure briefing. So departure briefing, we're going to use, I guess we'll figure out which runway. Jet's gone.
Yeah, I think he was taking off 17.
Yeah, it just left. I mean, I prefer 3.5 if we can get away with it. I was just looking at the windsock and it looked like he was even favoring 3.5, so I don't know.
Certain of the pattern in Logan right now.
Okay. So can we plan on runway 3.5?
Yep.
So we'll do a short field takeoff, which means I'm going to accelerate to 51, rotate at 51, climb out at 56 till I clear a 50-foot obstacle, and then level off and climb out at V1.
Traffic, Twin Star 350 Tango Sierra.
Do you want to listen to this again?
4 miles to the west of the field on the 45 for 3.5 inbound for landing Logan area traffic.
Yeah, I was just going to double check.
Top. Automated weather observation 2208 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 1.
There you go.
Okay. So VFR departure to the north, or are you going to stay in the pattern?
No, we're going to act like we're flying your flight plan.
Okay. Emergency. So if there's an emergency on the runway, we'll abort. After liftoff, we'll try to land on the runway if there's any left. If not, we'll land straight ahead. At altitude, you'll take over flying duties. I'll help with the checklist.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. So departure briefing's complete. Now we can head over to runway 3.5.
What kind of cloud is that?
It's a cumulus cloud. This little hood is kind of in the way here. Okay.
You're right, uniform glider 7-8, canopies closed and locked, start brakes closed and locked, ready for departure.
I haven't been around any glider ops. Do I need to do anything different?
Logan traffic, Twin Star 350 Tango Sierra 40 on the 45, about a mile and a half out for 3.5 Logan area traffic. We're just about to turn downwind for 3.5.
Kim's pretty good at staying out of our way, but if there is a conflict between us and the glider, who's got the right of way?
Glider.
Perfect.
Oh, we got you inside, no traction.
Kim likes to do this little circle thing and get above the traffic pattern and go right over towards Smithville Canyon, so we should be alright.
Okay.
But it's good to keep our ears open.
Logan traffic, Twin Star 350 Tango Sierra, the beam, the number is 3.5 on the downwind for landing 3.5 Logan area traffic.
Okay. Logan traffic, Cessna 2474 Yankee is holding short runway 35, Logan. Okay, lights, camera, action. So I'm going to go strobe on, landing
Logan traffic,
on, beacon's already on.
Tango Sierra left base,
Got 10 degrees of flaps,
traffic.
got 1200 there. I'm going to close my window. Yeah.
2.0 uniform downwind 28 glider in tow and Logan.
Go ahead and turn this on.
Logan traffic 8 Charlie Bravo holding short 3-5 position 2.
Logan traffic, Twin Star 350 Tango Sierra, final runway 35, Logan area traffic. Will be a full stop, Logan area traffic.
Interesting because I can't see him. Oh, got him now. Might have opened that or closed that too soon.
Been closed for 30 seconds and the temperature rose like 10 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh, no biggie, just 99 degrees.
So incidentally, how do I reset this? Because I do want to do that. There we go. And typically I want to jot down the time, right? None of that means anything to me.
It's, let's see. It's 412.
412.
Yeah. That's a fun plane to fly.
So pretty. I've never been in one. Okay. Let me just double check lights, camera, action. So in real life, I wait for him to say on the radio that he's clear.
Well, it's just a visual thing, because technically down here you don't even need radios, right?
Sure, of
So
course.
you could be sitting and waiting forever. I just visually check that he's clear the runway and then you go.
Okay. Logan traffic, Cessna 2474 Yankees departing runway 35. Logan.
Logan traffic, Twin Star 350, Tango Sierra is down clear of runway 35, Logan A traffic.
Windows closed. Doors latched. Finals clear. We're doing short field, which means I'm going to use all the runway.
Logan traffic 168 Charlie Bravo holding short 35.
Okay. Nose wheel straight. We go full power.
Can you give us a turn to the west?
Got the brakes on. We got green RPM. Release the brakes. Oh, nope. Got a problem here.
That was me.
That was you. Okay.
Good job.
I was like, something's not right. Okay, I'm going to line that back up again. And then just try that one more time. Okay. So I got the brakes on, nose wheel straight, full power, green RPM, release the brakes.
Logan traffic, Twin Star 350, Tango Sierra, taxiing via Bravo to Delta to use your ramp, Logan A traffic.
There's airspeed alive. Looking for 51 knots. Eventually. Okay, there's 51. Climb out at 56. Come on, 56.
Logan traffic 8 Charlie Bravo departing 35.
There's my 50-foot obstacle. Get back down to VY. Come on. Accelerating. $70. It's hot. And positive rate of climb. Flaps are coming up.
the only glider in the area today?
7A is the only glider, and we're off tail.
Do I need to worry about that guy?
Nope. Well, I mean, we'll listen for him, but...
I just wonder what he would have said. Like he would have said, I'm overflying the field or something, right?
City area traffic,
Yeah, they enter left downwind for 10, so...
West. Logan traffic, Twin Star 350, Tango Sierra, crossing runway 2810 via Delta, Logan Air traffic.
Logan area traffic glider 78, 6,000, 1 mile east of field maneuvering.
Yeah, so he's over there. We're alright.
So the engine looks happy. Climbing out at 70. I did have a question. Oops, I forgot to push this button. I did this flight on the simulator, and I pegged the temperature gauge on this climb out.
Thanks, Kim.
Did you find it there?
Yeah, we got it.
Is that real life?
You maxed it out?
Yeah, I was watching on the simulator, and by the time I got to Preston, that thing was in the red.
Oh, yeah. So did you put in, like, the temperature and everything? Like, how did it...
Just, you know, flying the simulator at home, you know?
Did it have high density altitude and everything like that, or did it was just standard stuff?
I just clicked the button for, like, current conditions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that definitely can happen. I mean, Charlie Bravo, we changed the oil in it because it was getting a little warm, so especially on these hot, high-density altitude times, you want to be checking the engine temp, so yeah, we'll be watching it.
Are you climbing there?
Logan traffic 8 Charlie
How,
Bravo.
if that happened, how would you cool the engine off?
Well, I reduced the pitch.
132 Tango Sierra, 6 miles north.
I could also enrich the mixture a little. Logan traffic, Cessna 2474 Yankees departing the pattern to the north. Logan.
Zero uniform, short final 28, full stop. Yeah, we got about 2 knots.
Logan traffic 8 Charlie Bravo, turning left downwind 35.
So,
Logan area traffic glider 78, 1 mile east of field maneuvering.
one of the things I would like for my cross country is smooth air. So that's why I was thinking go in the morning.
Yeah, go real early. Go right at 7. I've been having some luck too if I've been, you know, flying around 637. Been pretty smooth then. Still pretty hot though.
Okay, I like this so far.
Man, it just feels like we're in the mud, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Zero
Oh,
uniform, clear
creeping up.
28, Logan.
What was the density altitude? 75?
70, yeah, 7600 I think. But, something like that.
That's just fantastic.
Could be worse, right?
Yeah, it could. It's really nice, and I've been out here a couple times when it's been like 15 or 1300 feet.
Oh,
when it's
really?
really cold, and it's super fun to fly then.
Interesting.
Logan traffic 8 Charlie Bravo, turning left base 35, touch to go. Logan traffic 8 Charlie Bravo, turning final 35, touch go.
Every now and then I get like a little high-pitched squeal in my headset. I can't tell if it's just a microphone thing or if it's something in the airplane.
I'm not hearing any squeal. Not the stall horn, is it? You're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like that right there?
Yeah, did you hear that?
Yeah, that's the stall horn.
Why is it chirping at me?
It's probably because we're hitting these bumps here. The air's so thin, and we're just, even though we're higher airspeeds, we're just kind of close to our critical angle of attack. But I'm only really hearing it when we hit bumps and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the stall horn.
Why would the critical angle attack be higher? I thought it was independent of temperature. In other words, indicated airspeed won't change.
So the thinner the air is, right? You know what copping corner is?
Yeah, I do.
So the higher up you go, the closer that copping corner gets, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You need a higher angle of attack to maintain your same altitude.
Right.
So critical angle of attack doesn't change. It could be, Cessna could be like 17 degrees. And that's where your critical angle of attack is. But right now, we might be having a higher angle of attack to the relative wind. So on a normal day, we're going the same speed. We have a less angle of attack to the relative wind. But I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah,
but
I was just
the thinner the air is, the more. That makes sense. If we're going to reach our service ceiling of like 100 feet a minute, we're going to have an angle of attack high enough to just barely be scraping by, right? So our angle of attack's really high. Even though we're flying straight and level, we have to have a high angle of attack to maintain that altitude.
Right.
With this density altitude, if it's 7,500 feet down there, it's as if we're already at like 9,500 feet right now. No, 10,500 feet, pretty much.
Loud and clear.
So, does that make sense?
Yeah. I just thought indicated because it's collecting the same molecules would also change. You know what I mean? Would
And it's not like right now, the stall horn ain't chiming right now, right? It's
Right.
not constantly chiming. Just when we hit those bumps, that's when it's really changing the critical angle attack just for a couple seconds. That's why I hear that chirp. Load factor too, the higher the load factor, the higher the airspeed to
Sure.
final stall.
Yeah, we're
So if right now you yanked on it, you'd really hear the stall horn, and we're flying at 80 knots, you'd still hear it pretty good. That little bump we're feeling is as if we're just yanking it.
Left crosswind 35.
Yeah, we are heavy.
Yeah, it's not airspeed related. A jet can stall at the CRJ 700 simulator I flew in college. The jet would stall at like, you know, I don't know, 100 knots or something down near sea level. But when you get up cruising at 36,000 feet, the jet will stall at like 300 knots.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Logan traffic, 8 Charlie Bravo, turning left downwind 35.
Logan traffic, Cessna 54 Golf is entering runway 35.
Pretty interesting when you get into the whole aerodynamics of it. You had 14 minutes, didn't you?
1 mile
12.
maneuvering.
12 minutes,
Logan.
okay.
No, you're right, 14. No, there it is, 12. 14 miles, 12 minutes.
12, yeah, cool.
Logan traffic, Aggie 10, 10 miles south of the field, 5,400, practicing ground maneuvers over Wellsville. Logan.
What's this, why is this stuff flashing at you?
I don't know. I think maybe it wants me to indicate that I want to go direct to something.
What is this? You know?
I don't.
When that's flashing, it tells you, hey, you got a message. So you got to push your message button. Go ahead and push your message button, see what it says.
Just nav course to 352. Why does it want me to do that? Is that because I'm off course?
What is your nav? If you were going to adjust
Logan
nav course
traffic,
352,
Bravo,
what are
turning
you
left
physically
835,
adjusting?
touch go.
Oh.
Not flashing at you. It wants you to set this bookmark to remind you that that's the heading you should be flying.
Runway 35.
Okay, that's helpful, thank you. So,
Logan traffic, 8 Charlie Bravo, turning final 35, touch go.
I have a feeling I've not got my top of climb because that's Preston. And I'm supposed to get to Preston after 14 minutes.
Yeah, we're 17 miles away from Logan right now.
I was supposed to get there at 14. So, I have been climbing.
Logan traffic, Cessna 54 Golf turning left downwind,
I'm
runway
flying
35.
faster than I said here. You know, I said I would be at 77 true airspeed, 74 ground speed. I'm doing 96. You know, I could climb more aggressively than I have been. But just hearing the stall horn chirp made me think I didn't need to be so aggressive. But that blew up my top of climb.
It's gonna be, you know, fairly close to 12 minutes. Yeah, density altitude really kills us. this is just terrible. 200 feet a minute.
Yeah, I mean, I could. I was trying to get to like 72 or something. There's 12 minutes. Still at 800 feet away.
Logan traffic, Cessna 54 Golf, turning left base for runway 35. Logan traffic, glider 78, 6,800 miles to the east of field maneuvering.
Logan traffic, 8 Charlie Bravo.
What's the definition of your service ceiling?
Say it again.
What's the definition of a service ceiling of an aircraft?
I think it's where it doesn't want to climb anymore.
Any more
Yeah,
than
it doesn't-
100 feet a minute.
Okay.
We're like almost there, man.
I mean, I can,
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Let's level off at 9,000 feet.
okay, 9,000. There's 13 minutes. I kind of missed the perfect visibility we had up to now. This fire stuff isn't
Yeah. Pretty hazy.
Come on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, coming up on 9,000. Barely. All right. 1,000. Don't want to give it up. Gonna pick up some speed.
Okay, for some reason there's a gnarly squall line right in front of us going east to west. And someone had crashed in Logan. They're on their runway. We can't use any of those runways, so we're gonna have to divert over to Bear Lake.
Okay, Bear Lake. So, the thing I would do first is I would get out the map.
You know what, let's just go to Malad. We'll divert over to Malad.
Okay, Malad. So the first thing I'm going to do is just point in the general direction of Malad because I know it's over to my left.
Okay.
Logan traffic, 8 Charlie Bravo, turning left base 35, touch and go.
So at 15 minutes on this clock.
Logan traffic, Cessna 54 Golf, turning left crosswind for runway 35.
Okay. So Malad is going to be on the U-turn.
Logan traffic, Twin Star 132 Tango Sierra is established on a 4.5 mile 45 for left down on 35, Logan.
Logan traffic, 8 Charlie Bravo, turning final 35, touch and go.
I'm just trying to figure out what side of the map I need. 9,000 feet. North of Preston. Okay. There's Malad.
54 Golf, what are your intentions? We're going to remain in the pattern. We're turning downwind right now. After that, 2 Tango Sierra is looking out for you.
Okay, so first is to identify my current location. Still flying the airplane. Shoot. Don't like the paper map.
I mean, you got ForeFlight on there, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can use that too.
because that's definitely what I would do in real life.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's no reason you need to be using this paper map. You can can use 4-flat, yeah.
Because that's definitely what I would do.
I can fold it up for you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so...
Hey, Charlie Bravo going around.
Yeah, they're totally cool with electronic flight bags. It's in the FARs now, so
okay.
you're good to go.
Okay, so there's my lad. Come on, baby. I want to let me do that. Wrong with my iPad.
Logan traffic, 2 Tango Series established. Left downwind 35, Logan.
Okay. Come on, baby. That's so weird. Won't let me do it. Wonder what's wrong. Okay. Something funny is happening. The iPad.
What are you trying to do?
I just want to click on Malad because it'll tell me distance and stuff. You know, I could
Logan
just...
traffic, Cessna 5-4 Golf, turning left base for runway 35.
I don't like flying toward the big mountain, so I'm gonna turn to the left here while I figure this out. You know, by the compass rose,
Charlie Bravo turning left crosswind.
you know, Malad is gonna be about 240 magnetic.
Miles west of the field.
I love that. So I clearly need more altitude. I don't have...
Logan traffic, Cessna 5-4 Golf, turning final, runway 35, touch and go.
Traffic 10, 4 miles west, transitioning north.
I mean, the problem with this is I don't know how to get the distance. I mean,
Do you know how to work it with this thing here?
so 17 nautical miles to Malad. So yeah, I do. If I go nearest airport and then choose, where's Malad? Why aren't you there? Because maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Yeah, I am. Nope, I'm not.
Logan traffic, 2 Tango Sierra, turning an extended left base for 35, full stop Logan.
Okay. 243, 16 miles. The trouble is this mountain. I'm trying to figure out how I can determine the height of that mountain. Because I need to clear it. I mean, visually I can see I'm not there yet.
Your iPad doesn't tell you your current location?
Yeah, it does. On this little blue dot there.
Well, what does it say? If we go straight through there, what altitude are we looking at?
Logan traffic, 2 Tango Sierra, turning final.
Looks like you got a high spot right there. 92, 9300, you got a high spot there of 8300.
So that's the 92 and that's
Yeah,
the E3.
that's probably that.
So, you know, if I could be at least 500 feet above that.
Jet Park, 5, Logan traffic,
9500.
So I want to know how long it's going to take to get there and how many gallons it'll take.
Okay, so I said 16 nautical miles. I'm doing ground speed's 99, so that means it takes me 6 minutes to go 10 miles. So about 10 minutes
This is Steen on 444
to go
Mike
16
November.
miles.
We're just at the hold short line for 35, so we got time to go before you get in.
Oh yeah, we're at
As far as gas.
10,800, go.
I can use this to
Logan traffic, 2 Tango Sierra, short final 35, Logan.
All right, and looking for, have the air traffic.
So fuel flow right now is 12.
Short, runway 35, Logan.
So I can set this up to be 12 gallons an hour. And I'm going to go
Logan traffic, Charlie Bravo
10
turning
minutes,
left base 35.
which means I'm going to use half a gallon. That makes sense, 12 gallons an hour. I'm going to use
Aggie 10 on a 3 mile, 45 left downwind for runway 35.
half a gallon, doesn't seem right. Seems like I should use a gallon at 12 gallons an hour because I'm going for 10 minutes. In fact, I'm going to use a little bit more than a gallon.
Logan traffic, Cessna 5-4 Golf
So
on
what do I
departure
do
end of the
around
runway, and we'll be departing the pattern to
12
the north
gallons an
and
hour.
climbing up to 7,000 feet, Logan.
Oh, I know what I did wrong.
Logan traffic, 8 Charlie Bravo.
Looking at the wrong
final 35, touch and go.
I'm not excited about this because I don't like bumps. I feel like I'm going to get rocked coming over this hill.
You're good to turn around.
So there's 2 gallons.
We'll pretend like we're still going. You can turn around though and just, so how many gallons?
2 gallons.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little turn here.
Let's see.
I don't see anybody immediately to my left.
Where did I put that hood?
It's just down by my feet.
Oh, it is? Okay. My flight controls.
Your flight controls.
Flight controls, go ahead and throw that hood on there.
Okay, 1 second.
Charlie, 2 things here.
You alright?
This is so stressful. I don't know why that's so stressful.
Coming out of the Monte
I had the same
Cristo
experience with
area,
Ivy. I just...
Directly over Pineview down to McKay.
So let me show you some easy things. So Malad right here, right? Once you highlight Malad, go ahead and hit direct to, press enter, boom. 19 minutes. Right, it already takes your ground speed, it takes the distance. Now that we're flying away from it, it's going to be all wonky, but it'll say boom, 6 minutes. And then you go, oh, 6 minutes, that's like a 1/10 of an hour, right?
Yeah,
So then what's a 1/10 of your 12 gallons per hour?
1.2, yeah.
1.2, right? So as soon as you figure out you're going to divert somewhere, just throw it in here, let it do the math for you and go, okay, 10 minutes, I don't know, almost 2 gallons, and the examiner's going to be cool with that. You had everything down where you're like, you know what, I'm going to turn first, correct, right? If you fly that way and you only have 2 gallons and it's going to take 2 gallons to get there, well, you flew the wrong direction the whole time, so now you're not going to make it. So you did that really well, and then, yeah, just slow down. If you've got technology with you that's going to help you out, make it figure out a little faster, use it.
Okay.
The examiner's not going to go, oh, you're not allowed to use any of that stuff. I mean, you got to, I want you to see, you know, stick your finger out the window and feel which way the wind's coming from and tell me, you know, all this stuff. No, you can use your electronic flight bag and stuff, so go ahead and throw that on.
How does this work with a headset? Does it go over top?
You got to have to take your headset off and then throw it on.
Charlie Bravo, you're going to turn across when you're doing a straight out.
Turn across from here in just a sec.
Okay, hood's on.
Okay, whenever you're ready, you can take the controls.
Okay, my flight controls?
Your flight controls.
Traffic AE10 is turning left base.
Give me a standard rate turn to the left.
Okay.
Maintain this altitude, and I want you to go to heading 030.
We're going to
030.
4 Mike November, departing runway 35 left crosswind turnout, and then to the
8,000,
south.
9,300. Standard rate turn. Climbing.
Fucking traffic fighter 78, 1 mile east of the field, 7,900.
Coming up on 030.
Fucking traffic 8 Charlie Bravo, turning left downwind 35.
Okay, altitude.
Traffic Aggie 10, turning final off of extended left base for runway 35, top jet.
Okay.
600, heading northwest. We'll turn and head northeast over the field.
Okay, now give me another standard rate turn to the left, heading 330.
330. Straight turn.
Maintain 9,400 feet.
9,400. Okay. Sorry, I looked out the window. Checking for clear.
Oh, that's minus 2 points.
Crossing 10 to 8, Delta Logan.
Okay. Standard rate turn. Coming up on 330. Went right past it.
Alright, how about you give me a power on stall on this heading, 330.
330, I'm going to slow down to 55. Well, I'm going to slow down anyway. You want with the hood on?
Yeah, we're up with the hood on.
Okay, slowing down. No flaps. Okay, so I'm hitting the stall horn here. Can I go ahead and proceed?
Yeah, yep, you can.
Okay, so 9,300, full power, pitch up, right rudder, pitch more, hold it right there. Come on, baby.
Fucking traffic 8 Charlie Bravo, turning left base 35, touch and go.
Oh, this is messy. Come on. Just a little more. Too much right rudder. Come on.
Just pull back a little harder.
Okay, there we go. Does that count? I felt it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's always a good idea too, when, you know, when you're at an examiner or whatever, just to announce everything. Say, oh, there's the stall horn. And then when you feel that buffet, oh, there's the buffet, there's the stall, I'm going to recover. They like to hear you announce those things.
Okay.
All right, how about you give me a standard rate right turn heading 150.
Okay, 150, standard rate turn. Just habit looking first.
Yeah, you're good. I'll be your eyes, you're all right. Once you get to that heading, I want you to take me to the Brigham City VOR.
Okay.
Using the VOR.
Okay, losing altitude. Coming up on my heading.
I don't see any planes, so we're all right.
Thanks for checking. Okay, so I lost some altitude there. I'll climb back up. 9,300. Gonna do a nearest VOR. Not Malad. Try that again. Nearest. VOR. Malad. Did you say Brigham City?
Brigham City,
Logan
yeah.
traffic, glider 78, 2 miles northeast of the field, 10,200.
Okay, so.
And I want you to use the, so right now you're using the GPS, I want you to use the VOR instrument.
Okay, so VOR.
Yeah, yep.
So I need to know what frequency to tune to.
Logan traffic, Aggie 1, taking runway 35 will be a momentary delay on the runway.
It's 117 something. Why can't I see it on here? Something's funny about this. That's bugging me. I need to know the
Logan traffic, Aggie 1, aborting takeoff, runway 35 will be rolling to Bravo 1.
Sorry, I just looked.
Logan traffic, 1021, strong cruise for runway 35. See maneuvering in the area.
If it
Logan.
helps, there's no like, the examiner's not going to judge you on what source you end up getting as long as it's credible. So if you can't find it here, it's totally cool. Yeah, go down there and you're all right.
Okay.
Logan traffic, glider 78, 1 mile east, departure end 17, 6,700.
Can't I see it?
Get
Bravo
close to the
traffic,
red line.
departing westbound.
Oh, we're turning left in on
Can't I see it? There it is. 112.9. It's already there. That's the wrong one. That's the one I want. Okay.
You're doing all right. Just take a second to breathe. You're fine.
I don't know why my legs are shaking.
Yeah, you're all right. Don't worry about it. If it takes a minute, who cares? It takes a couple minutes. No big deal.
Okay. I'm gonna turn. I want from.
Yeah, just act like you're flying with Ivy and stuff. No big deal.
Logan traffic, Charlie Bravo,
I want a
extended
two.
left crosswind 35.
I'm gonna listen. Make sure I got the right one. So dot dash, dot dash. Okay, so it's saying I need a 170.
Logan traffic, Charlie Bravo, turning extended left downwind 35.
Okay, so that matches what I hear. Just gonna sync that up there, so south heading. It's my range.
All right, my flight controls, you
Your
can take
flight
your hood
controls?
off. My controls.
Okay.
Logan traffic, Aggie 1, crossing runway 28 on Delta.
I'll take it.
Thanks.
Okay, whenever you want them.
My flight controls.
Your flight controls. Just continue to take us to the Brigham City VOR for a second.
Okay. So 160.
I'm having a good time. It's nice and cool up here. Freaking flying an airplane.
Yeah. I'm having a little bit of a hard time with this because this thing doesn't seem to be responding the way I expect. Okay, 70.
Probably because this is off a little bit, huh?
So that should be... Come on. Now I want...
You know, another thing that's helpful is once you get this all centered up, we're looking at 172-ish, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just go boom, 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 boom. Kind of judge that. Of course, based on wind direction, you might have to crab this way or crab that way, but kind of helps to give a little bug on the heading there. So
Yeah, I like that. Okay, feels pretty good. Thanks for the tip about syncing this up.
yeah, you just kind of got to engrave in your brain every 15 minutes. You're just going to have to look at that thing and just make sure it's looking right. Processes quite a bit. Yeah, look at that. Pretty smoky out here, huh?
Yeah. I'm definitely finding that I prefer to fly in calm conditions.
Yeah, a little bumpy, huh?
What am I looking at over there? Looks like precipitation.
Where are you looking?
Just that.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
You know, when Ivy and I were out flying, I could see that it was raining, and she's like, no big deal. And that's when we had that wind shear, and so I just,
oh,
you know, part of me is like, I don't really want to mess with downdrafts. Just a baby pilot, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, whatever your, personal minimums are, set them and stick to them. Every once in a while, you kind of have to, if you know your personal minimums are pretty high, every once in a while, it's a good thing to go out with your flight instructor and kind of stretch it a little bit.
Point guy traffic, anybody have a radio on the ground, over? Logan traffic, Cessna 54 Golf is 10 miles northwest of the field.
Alright, it's looking pretty good, huh?
7,000 feet southbound Logan.
Why couldn't I find the frequency on here? I thought by turning this dial...
Yeah, let's see.
8,005.
Like, what am I doing wrong? Because it should show up there.
Eventually going to set up for left downwind, runway 21, Morgan.
Go nearest, VOR. There it is.
So show me how you did that.
Okay, so nearest.
Yeah, VOR, I did that.
VOR, and I'm going to use this small now. Oh, it already says it just right up there.
Oh, weird.
112.9.
I got off that screen somehow and didn't know how to get back to it.
Get the traffic lighter, Bravo Yankee 7 miles.
Logan traffic, Yankee 10, down and clear out, Bravo 2.
900 inbound for left traffic for 220.
All right. For some reason, I'm smelling some sort of electrical fire going on inside of this cabin here.
Okay, so cabin fire, I would, first thing is go master switch off. I would close the vents, cabin air.
Logan traffic, taxi Bravo, Delta to the right.
So I'd push this. Can I do that, or do you want me to leave it?
We'll leave it on. You can just simulate all that stuff.
Okay, so cabin air. I'd go master off for cabin fire. Open the wing root vents, and then I would begin procedures for an emergency landing. So I'd find a place to land. I can't tell if I'm close to Preston, but I'm going to turn that way in case I am.
How can you figure out if you're close to it?
Oh, I could do this business.
10 miles south of the field out of the 12,100 inbound.
8 miles. What's my altitude? 8,000. 4,000 feet. 68 knots. So cabin fire. I got the master off. I'm turning off all the switches, which, by the way, don't need landing light on. I'm going to pitch for 68. Not because I want to stay up in the air a long time, but because I need time to figure out where I'm going to go.
So you said you turned the master, all the electronic stuff's off. Okay, looks like your fire went out.
Okay, good. So fire's out. I still want to get on the ground.
Okay, I can hang out while you guys go land. I gotta jump.
So I don't have radios, but I do want to get on the ground. I can start turning stuff back on one at a time, but...
Okay, simulated emergency over. Good job, you can add your power back in. Go ahead and take me into Logan, and I want to see your short field and soft field landings.
Yeah.
We'll throw a slip in there as well.
Okay.
So, whatever order you want, I want to see a short field, a soft field, and a slip to land.
Okay.
We're over Daniels right now.
What am I doing?
Logan traffic 8 Charlie Bravo turning left downwind 35.
Listen to weather.
Cache Airport, Logan, Utah. Automated weather observation 2253 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 36 Celsius. Dew point 05 Celsius. Altimeter 3000. Remarks. Density altitude 7,700. Logan Cache Airport, Logan, Utah. Automated weather observation 2253 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10.
Cessna 54 Golf
Sky condition clear.
45 for
Temperature 36 Celsius. Dew point 05 Celsius.
I didn't hear the wind.
Altimeter 3000. Remarks. Density altitude 7,700. Logan Cache Airport, Logan, Utah. Automated weather observation 2254 Zulu. Wind variable at 03. Visibility.
Variable 03. What I'm trying to get from this device is how far am I away from Logan. So I go nearest airport, Logan Cache, 9.3 miles. Okay.
Logan traffic 8 Charlie Bravo turning left base 35 full stop.
So what runway we landed on here?
35.
Cool.
Okay. Logan traffic, Cessna 2474 Yankees, 10 miles, 8 miles northwest of the field, 7,000, descending to join a 45 for runway 35 for Logan. That was a lot of words.
Yeah, that's all right. It's gonna start heating up, isn't it?
It's a lot more work flying when the air's like this.
Logan
Yeah.
traffic 8 Charlie Bravo turning final 35.
A lot more mental work.
Logan traffic, Cessna 54 Golf is on a 3 mile 45 for runway 35.
Okay, 6,500. I'm gonna get down to, what did he just say? 3 mile 45. 54 Golf, okay. See him.
Logan traffic, Cessna 54 Golf has established a midfield left downwind for runway 35.
You alright?
Yeah, just that diversion threw me off. I don't know what the deal is. I practiced it at home, and for some reason, being in the plane, it's like
Do you normally use the paper chart and
No.
the E6B for
Well, I
doing
mean,
all that stuff?
with Ivy I did, and she was like, you know, just use your pencil and like do it quick, like it's not a big deal. But just like folding the map while trying to fly,
Oh,
you know, stupid things like that. It's like, if I didn't have to fly, I could do it. If I only had to fly, I could do it. It's just somehow doing two things.
well, I mean, it's good to know how to use the map, but one thing about task management is being able to use all the equipment you got, right?
Left face, runway 35.
I would start with what's the easiest thing? What's the easiest way to figure all this stuff out? And for some reason, if the examiner's like, okay, cool, can you show me this way? Then go, all right, I'll show you that way too. But just go, boom, right for whatever's easiest.
Bravo Delta.
Logan traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankee is on a 3 mile 45 to runway 35. Logan.
Logan traffic, glider 78, 6,800, half a mile east, midfield, Logan.
So, I think I want to do this.
That glider, you guys coming in to land right now? Are you still circling around?
Negative, we'll be up for about 20 more minutes.
Logan traffic, Cessna 54 Golf, turning final, runway 35, touch and go.
I want to do the short field first.
Okay.
I think that's harder of the two.
What is your aiming point? What do you want to try to hit?
So I just want to hit the 1,000-foot markers.
All right. Cool, let's set wheels down on paint then.
So we'll do it as a touch and go, or stop
We'll do
and go.
it, if we got the space, let's do a stop and go so I can see your saw field takeoff.
Okay.
Logan traffic 8 Charlie Bravo, Carson 28 on Delta.
Charlie Bravo, I'm going to marshal you in right over here next to Tango Hotel.
Roger.
Thanks. Logan traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankee is downwind runway 35. Logan. Close enough. Okay, I need pattern altitude. Okay, so if I'm not going to hit the numbers, I'm going to go around. And if I'm not going to hit the I'm going to go around.
Okay. Probably be a good idea.
So the guy on the runway, I don't need to worry about him yet, right? Just hang.
Which guy are you looking at?
Somebody.
Oh, he's getting off. Yeah, you're all right.
Okay. First notch flaps. Pitching for 80.
Logan traffic, Cessna 54 Golf is clear of runway 35.
Okay. Logan traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankees turning left base runway 35. Stop and go. Logan. Okay. Go ahead and do second notch of flaps. Pitching for 70. Checking the trim. Okay, final looks clear. A bit high. We're aiming for the 1,000-foot markers.
Runway looks clear. Feet are off the brakes. We're good for a stop and go.
Okay, I gotta get speed to 60. Sorry, that's a little bit messy. Just really need that speed. There we go. Sorry, that was more exciting than I intended it to be. Okay, come on, 60. Nope, too early for power. Still hiding. There we go. Okay. Yep, I like this. Oops. Oops. Dang it. Come on, come on, come on. I hit the paint and then I hit it again. Okay. Flaps up. 2, 3. Does that count? How many landings do I get?
Yeah.
I actually did hit the paint.
You did touch it, but for ACS, I don't think that'd do it for you.
Dang it.
We touched and then we ended up floating about 500 or 600 more feet.
Yeah, dang it. A little too much energy there. It was just late to the party. Okay, so I got 10 degrees of flaps, full stop. We're doing
Logan
soft
traffic,
field.
Cessna 54 Golf
Right?
is crossing runway
Okay.
28.
Affirmative.
So I wouldn't have stopped on a soft field. Just keep the wheels rolling. I want to bring it up off the runway as soon as possible and then accelerate ground effect.
Nice runway cross. I'll marshal into the ramp here.
Thank you, sir.
Get the nose off. If I can get it to fly. Accelerating ground effect. It's not as much fun with high density altitude.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 65. Positive rate of climb, flaps are coming up. Yeah, it's definitely a different experience. Come on. Woo! There she goes. Yeah, making me work for it.
Yeah, this is real sluggish, huh?
I bet, dang it. I left the power in. You know, I chopped the power, I hit the paint, but I still had some power in. If I had gotten rid of all that power, I think I would have been okay. Dang it, dang it. It was all just kind of late. Late getting to my speed, late getting to the center line.
We'll do a soft field, a slip, and then if you want to try another short field, we can do that.
Yeah, I might do that. Okay, climbing slowly. I'm gonna go ahead and make my turn here. Logan traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankees turning left, crosswind, runway 35. Logan.
We'll be setting up for landing 10, about 5 minutes.
So,
I think we might have stepped on you. Where did you say you were?
Sorry, say again?
I said I think we might have stepped on your radio call. Where did you say you're at right now?
We're 6,000 or 5,800, 1 mile east of field. We'll be inbound about 3 minutes.
so
Okay, 74 Yankee, we're just turning the left downwind for 35 right now. Let us know if we'll be in your way and we'll get out of your way.
Should be no factor, thank you.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there is some rain over there.
So 3 minutes. He's gonna land on 10.
Yeah, yep, he is. And I asked if we're going to be in the way. He said he's all right, but that looks like it's him right there. See him circling
Got
to
it.
the right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he's out there still a ways. Gliders fly super slow too, so.
Pretty awesome. You done any gliding?
I have. I've gone a couple flights. One of them was 15 minutes and the other one was 2.5 hours long.
What? 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly.
I've heard it's easy to get dizzy, you know, with all the circling.
Yeah, they do quite a bit of circling.
My boss went and just said, yeah, once was enough.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool if I, you know,
Logan traffic,
I just don't have the time to get into it.
5,600, 1 mile east of midfield, inbound left traffic, 10.
Yeah. So, What do I do with that information?
You're all right. You can continue to fly normally.
Because I would normally start my descent here.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
You can make your normal left base call and just say that you got the glider in sight, just so he knows you know where he's at.
Okay.
But we shouldn't. That shouldn't be a problem.
Because he'll be above me.
And he's landing on a different runway than you are.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going for soft field this time, which means I'm just going to carry a little bit of power. Logan, traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankees turning left base, runway 35. We have the glider in sight. Logan.
Thanks, guys. Midfield, left traffic, 10, glider, Logan.
Okay, second notch flaps. Pitching for 70. A little high. Really high.
Logan traffic, glider 78, left base 10, Logan.
Oh, why am I blowing the center line? I don't normally do that, by the way. Or make me nervous or something.
You're all right.
Okay, I'm still high. Why am I adding power? I do
Base
want full
final 10,
flaps.
glider, Logan.
There's 65, there's my glide slope.
And you can just do a touch and go too. Just I've already seen both your takeoffs.
Logan traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankees on final runway 35, touch and go. Logan. Okay, I like this. Checking the airplane trim. Down in here in ground effect. Might have been a little bit early. Oops. Come on. Okay, keep the nose wheel off. Okay, I'm gonna go flaps up because we're doing a touch and go.
Thanks, guys.
And normal takeoff. 55. I'm out at 65. Ooh, definitely having to work for it today.
Yeah, man, I'm dying. It's so hot.
So I did carry a little more speed into that one, but I felt okay about it. I mean, it was a little messy, but I felt okay about it.
So yeah, it was a decent landing. You could be a little more nose high, and we do have enough airspeed that you can actually hold the nose off a lot longer. Just kind of hold that. What I do is I hold that wheelie as long as it'll go, and I'll be pulling back, and I'll just lose my airspeed, and the plane will come down itself.
Got it.
Right, with the airspeed, because I'm going so slow.
And I leave the flaps down, right?
Yeah, don't touch the flaps or nothing, and then if you're doing a real complete full stop soft field, you're gonna have it all the way back, pulled all the way back. The plane's gonna come down. Now look at that. You're already pulled all the way back, like you're gonna taxi and everything. You just never let this thing drop down. You just continue to hold it back while you're taxiing and everything.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make my turn. Logan traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankees turning left, crosswind runway 35. Logan.
Is that gonna screw up your GoPro noise if I do this?
No, it's tapped into the microphone.
Oh, okay.
You know, to the headset. Logan traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankees on downwind runway 35, Logan. Okay, we're gonna come back on that power. Gonna do gas undercarriage mixture switches. I'm gonna turn on landing light. Missed that. Feels good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still warm air, but at least it's air.
Yeah. Get some flow in here.
Okay, so what are we doing this time? A slip?
Yeah, let's do a slip. And if you want, you can just do a slip short field combination if you want to.
Yeah, I don't mind trying that. So what I'll do is I'm just not going to go full flaps.
Okay.
I mean, I just don't like to do flips, full flaps and slip together.
Yep, that's good. Most examiners want to see a slip at no more than 20.
Okay, I'm pitching for 85. I think.
Sounds like we're the only ones up here.
It's all right with me.
We're the only ones crazy enough to fly right now.
I got enough to think about, so that's okay. Okay, so just gonna try to stay high. Logan traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankees, turning left base, runway 35, Logan.
If you're going to try a short field combo in this will be a full stop.
Okay. Okay, so I am going to go 20 flaps. Now I'm going to start dropping the power. Going to make my turn. Logan traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankee, turning left, final, runway 35. Okay, so now I'm going to level the wings. I'm going to go right rudder, left aileron, more aileron. Get that thing down there. Come on. Get back over there.
So, are you trying to descend?
Yeah.
What is your power?
Yep. Okay, thank you.
There you go.
I'm definitely fighting it. I'm like, what? What is it doing? Okay, I'm really mashing that rudder. Slowly coming back over. This might be... Okay, I'm going to take out the slip, add some power. I'm going to try it, because why not? I've already got too much energy. Yeah, I might have already blown it. Dang it. Yep, shoot. Care if I go around?
Go around.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to ask me for that stuff. If you decide you want to do that, just go ahead and do it.
Okay. Well, it was too much trying to combine those two. I didn't do either one very well.
That's why I was leaving it up to you. I was like, you know, you got it. If you want to do it, let's do it. The slip looked all right as soon as you took the power out, right? It's kind of redundant to try to do a slip with power in there.
It's funny because my brain was sort of like, this isn't really working.
Yeah.
But it didn't, I wasn't thinking power for some reason. Yeah, of course. Okay, next notch of flaps.
All right, one more and let's see if we can do a short field.
Okay. I could tell just, you know, being out of practice, like, Ivy drilled them into me, but then I didn't fly for 2 weeks, and so...
Oh, the short fields?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, we did 12 in a row, and... But then I laid off, and so it's like I need to kind of reestablish that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to show you the ACS. It says, minimal float, coordinated, smooth touchdown, stuff like that. So with the bounce and everything, even though you hit that point, they'll still get you for it.
Yeah. Logan traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankee turning left, crosswind, runway 35. kind of nice having the clouds move in to cool it off, maybe.
Yeah, a little cooler. Just double check we're on the right frequency. 1228, listening, talking. Yep, volume's up.
Should I do a radio check?
No, you're all right. We haven't changed.
This is so quiet. It's kind of
we
strange.
haven't changed the radios yet. I'll see if there's anyone on the ADSB flying around us. If there is, then that'll be a red flag. But I truly think we're the only ones out here. Yeah, it's just us. No one else. No one else for another 50 miles. Maybe not 50, but...
That might be a first for me up here.
No one flying around you?
Yeah, in Logan.
All my instructors in the summertime at Utah State, I'd say, hey, let's go fly, and they'd be like, you freaking crazy? No. Because it's so hot. The Utah, those little DA-40s, they get even hotter because they don't have the shade of the high wings. It's just a greenhouse. Terrible.
Okay. Gas, undercarriage, mixture, switches. Safe place to land. Okay. Foot markers. Turn degrees of flaps. Pitching for 85. A big part of it for me was learning to keep my eyes down the runway. I kept wanting to look at the markers.
Oh.
And that screws up everything. So we'll see how we do. Logan traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankees, turning left base, runway 35. Logan. Okay. I'm gonna go 20 degrees of flaps. Pitching for 70. Final looks clear. Logan traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankees, turning final, runway 35. Logan. Okay, let's get 60 knots. Held in. Wow, I overshot the runway every time. It's funny because I felt like I was doing really good at not doing that. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to 60. The sooner I can get there, the more time I have to set this thing up. Okay, I feel a lot better about that. Nice. Okay. See if oh, dang it. I thought I had it. So what do you want to do? Full stop?
Yep.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Dang it. I needed more flare. I might have had it with more flare.
Yep. Yeah, if you just, I think you're just, you're just a few hundred feet short if you just slowly kept pulling back,
I had the energy.
Back.
Yeah, I just needed to. It. All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, long, hot flight. Holy cow. A lot better up at 9,000 feet. I'm drained.
I appreciate you coming out with me. I mean,
yeah, no problem. I appreciate you being flexible with the schedule.
Not as good as I hoped it would be. Okay, so checklist. Flaps up. Mixture lean for taxi. Landing light off. Strobes off. Transponder standby. Taxi clearance. Logan traffic, Skyhawk 74 Yankees, taxiing back to the ramp via Bravo Delta. Logan. that the Unicom?
Yeah. Leading edge, 7-4 Yankee.
Sorry. Kind of cruising here.
LE Aviation, 7-4 Yankee.
Yes, last call for LE Aviation, go ahead.
Yeah. Do you guys want us to park in that little nifty circle, or should we just throw it on a tie down?
Porter said just do a tie down.
Alright, thanks.
Wait, we'll hold for you.
Is he talk?
We didn't catch that last call. Is that the glider talking to 7-4 Yankee?
Yeah, 7-4 Yankee, go ahead, we'll hold for you.
Alright, thanks.
Logan traffic 74 Yankee crossing runway 28. Logan.
Sounded like you guys are up for a while, huh?
Yeah, it was a good day today.
Nice and hot.
Got that burger coming in though, I want to get off before it gets here.
What do you call it?
Virga. Yeah, it's creeping in, huh? Virga is when you have precipitation that evaporates before it hits the ground.
Okay.
So, I mean, that could be Virga, but that could actually be hitting the ground too. It's just really just precipitation.
Got it.
Yeah, we'll just go on a tie down, sounds like.
Kind of on the backside over here.
Yeah, whatever one we can find. We don't have tie downs in the plane, do we?
Didn't see him.
Okay. Well, we'll have to find some then. Was there tie downs on the plane when you went out to...
No,
oh, okay.
It wasn't tied down or locked.
Nah, that's our fault. I flew it last.
There are tie downs over there next to Zulu Alpha.
Let's
Should I try that one?
Yeah, let's do it.
How come they don't want 7-4 Yankee in the circle?
Yeah,
Come
I don't know. 7-4 Yankee's like my favorite plane.
I think it just got its feelings hurt.
Yeah, it did. I mean, come on, November Echo's in the circle.
Okay. So, kind of swinging around. All right. Securing the airplane.